Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for tuning in to Cullman Today. I'm your host, Dustin Isom, and today is Thursday, July 11th. We have a lot to look at in local news today, including information on a recent drowning at Smith Lake, the Cullman Tribune's Pet of the Week, and a tomato taste-off happening this weekend. All of this plus sports, weather, and more, but for now, let's dive into the top stories happening in Cullman today. A 19-year-old from Oneonta drowned in Smith Lake yesterday. Just past noon, Cullman County Coroner Jeremy Kilpatrick said he was notified of a possible drowning at Smith Lake in the Calvert Point area. Kilpatrick identified the victim as Braxton Beasley. Additional details have yet to be released by local or state law enforcement. Next up, Accessing Potential Through Assistive Technology, a federally funded grant program for Alabama with the goal of increasing awareness and access to assistive technology for people with disabilities, is coming to the Cullman Wellness and Aquatic Center on Tuesday, July 16th. Assistive technology devices include a wheelchair, a speech device for those who can't communicate verbally, or a device to help visually impaired people see a computer screen. The show will run from 1 until 7 p.m., and attendees can view equipment and demonstrations as well as visit the organization's lending library and check out pieces of assistive equipment. And to finish out our top stories, the Cullman County Extension Office is gearing up to host its third annual Tomato Taste-Off at the Fest Hall Farmers Market. Cullman County Extension Coordinator Kira Sims shares, the third annual Tomato Taste-Off is an opportunity for home gardeners and local growers to show off their best tasting or heaviest tomatoes. The contest will begin accepting entries at 9:30 a.m. at the Fest Hall Farmers Market, with the competition and judging beginning at 10. The contest has no age requirements, only that growers are local, home, or commercial growers. Each grower can enter once per category, and contest winners will be announced at the close of the competition, although participants do not need to be present to win. First place winners will be awarded a certificate and a prize from a local garden-related business, as well as the title of the grower of Cullman County's best tasting tomato. Now that we have the top stories out of the way, we're going to take a quick break before returning with sports. Hello and welcome back. Now it's time to find out what's going on in the world of sports. In today's sports segment, let's check in on one of the community's most exciting upcoming events. The 4th annual John E. Hunt Memorial Golf Tournament at Cross Creek Golf Course is fast approaching, and there's still time to register for a spot in the field and support a great cause. John Hunt, who passed away in March of 2020, served as Cullman's Parks and Recreation Director for over 22 years. Hunt retired from the department in 2014 after helping to lay the groundwork for many of the local parks and facilities we still enjoy today. After John's passing, the Hunt family committed to honor his legacy by establishing scholarships at his alma mater, Auburn University, and at Wallace State. The scholarships are awarded each year to Cullman County residents that have been accepted or are continuing education at Auburn or Wallace State. This year's tournament is scheduled for August 24th. To sign up as a player or a sponsor, you can call 256-595-3771 or send an email to johnehuntfoundation@gmail.com. The deadline to register is August 10th. Speaking of deadlines, today is the last day to register for Cullman Parks, Recreation, and Sport Tourism's NFL Flag Football League. The league has teams for kids ages 3 to 14, and games will begin in August. Teams made up of a maximum of 7 players will play on a 50-yard field. All practices and games will be held throughout the week on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Coaches will reach out to players with practice information no later than July 27th. If players have not been contacted by July 28th, please call the athletics department at 256-739-9931. To sign up, visit the CPRST website or follow the link posted on their Facebook page. That covers sports for today, but make sure to check with the Cullman Tribune each day for the latest in sports coverage from across the area. We'll be back after this message. Hello and welcome back to Cullman Today. Now it's time to speed things up with the news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Meet Rascal, a sweet pup seeking a new home. Rascal is a 1-year-old Jack Russell Terrier with low to medium energy. This exciting little fellow will keep you entertained with his exceptional personality. If you're seeking a loving companion, he's the one for you as he longs just to be by your side. He has an understanding of personal space and leash etiquette, which makes him a great candidate for a companion or therapy dog. Are you ready to meet this little rascal? Head on over to Cullman County Animal Shelter at 935 Convent Road Northeast, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 3:30 p.m. for a meet and greet. His adoption fee is $130 and includes all necessary exams and vaccines. Savannah Lynn, who represented Cullman County as Miss Wallace State at the Alabama Miss Alabama pageant during the last weekend of June, received the $1,000 Dulcie Roberts Memorial Scholarship to be used at the college of her choice. Congratulations, Savannah. The Guy Hunt Library will not hold its story time for children during the month of July. The library will remain open regular business days and hours except for holidays. The Guy Hunt Library's children's story time will resume on August 6th. For those looking for continued summer reading fun, the Cullman Library will be continuing with their summer reading program scheduled during July, offering adventurous presentations for your child's enjoyment. Hanceville Elementary School still has around 200 students with incomplete PowerSchool registration. Registration through PowerSchool must be completed before students are assigned teachers and schedules. Email jreeves@ccboe.org if you are having any trouble logging into PowerSchool or did not receive the email with the link and snap code. If you are moving schools, please make sure to stop by the school's office to unenroll your student with school staff. Now for a quick break before we look at the weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I will be right back after this quick message.
Discover what's buzzing in Cullman with Community Matters, where every story pops off the page with local flair. It's the magazine that's got the inside track on what's now, what's new, and who's who. Get the lowdown on top eats and 411 on recipes that'll turn up your summer cooking game. Relive our local team's triumphs on the sports fields and pencil in summer's hottest events for fun the whole family will love. Get your copy of Community Matters at the Cullman Tribune, any of the local businesses on screen, or scan the QR code.
Welcome back. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week as we turn to obituaries. Brenda K. Quick. Brenda K. Quick, 77 of Cullman, passed from this life on Sunday, July 7th, at her residence surrounded by her loving family. Funeral Mass for Miss Quick will be Friday, July 12th at 10 a.m. at Sacred Heart Catholic Church. Visitation will be held from 8:30 until 9:15 a.m. Rosary will be held at 9:15 a.m. and Mass will be held at 10 a.m. Interment will be held at Cullman Memory Gardens. Connie McSwain Allen. Connie McSwain Allen, 72 of Cullman, passed away on Monday, July 8th. A visitation for Ms. Allen will be held Thursday, July 11th from 1 until 2 p.m. Following the visitation will be a celebration of life at 2:30 p.m. at Cullman City Cemetery. Gail Key. Gail Key, 87 of Cullman, passed away July 8th. Services for Ms. Key will be held Monday, July 15th in the Moss Service Funeral Home Chapel. Family will receive friends for a visitation from 10 a.m. until the service time at 11 a.m., with interment to follow at Cullman Memory Gardens. Bonnie Sue Wilcutt Bryant. Bonnie Sue Wilcutt Bryant, 85 of Cullman, passed away on July 9th. Funeral services for Miss Bryant are Sunday, July 14th at 3 p.m. at Jones Chapel First Baptist Church, with Brother Chris Chambliss officiating. She will lie in state from 1:30 until 3 p.m. Interment will be at Jones Chapel Cemetery. That finishes up obituaries for today. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now, let's take a look at today's weather forecast. Today will be sunny with a high of near 90. Tonight is set to be mostly clear with a low of around 68. Tomorrow is set to be another sunny one with a high near 94. And tomorrow night will be clear with a low of around 70. That concludes another edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm Dustin Nyson with Cullman Today, wishing you a terrific Thursday, Cullman.